The applied arts include, first, graphic design. This is when words and pictures, type and illustration, are used together, especially when the words, the type, are an integral part of the finished image. Graphic designs are usually intended to be published and printed in large quantities, like advertising, magazines, and book covers, posters, and packages. Whenever you see words and pictures together being used to sell something, this is graphic design. Number 2, industrial design. These are mass-produced products, usually mechanical, designed for visual appeal and comfort. This is a branch of artistic activity that came into being during the Industrial Revolution as a result of the need for well-designed, machine-made products. The purpose of industrial design is to ensure that goods satisfy the demands of fashion, style, function, materials, and cost. Number 3, package design. Now, package design is applying a graphic design to an existing box or other container, or creating an enclosure for a product that has no shape, as in a powder or a liquid. The container gives the object its shape. You might want to think about minoring or at least taking a couple classes in sculpture when you're in college if you are interested in package design. Okay. Number 4, surface design. The creation of designs, usually patterns, for use on mainly flat surfaces like fabric, tile, carpet, or wallpaper. Number 5, fashion design. When a surface design, or plain fabric, is formed into a piece of clothing or clothing accessory. This is a huge field. Fashion design is a big, big field. Number 6, illustration. These are images created to be used with words, as in a graphic design. Images that make the words more clear, as in a children's book. These images can include photos, paintings, drawings, or digital images. Remember, words are abstract and created from abstract symbols. Images can be more specific and show the actual thing, helping to clarify the words. Number 7, art direction. Organizing the look or appearance of a publication. Art directors are the ones who work with the editors and writers, as well as illustrators and photographers, to decide what the images and the image of a publication will be. Now remember, we're not just talking about print publications. We're talking about things on the internet and movies. I think there's an Art Direction Academy Award. So art direction, remember, these are the people that are responsible for the look or the appearance of any type of visual publication. Number 8, photography and still images. This is creating images on light-sensitive materials, usually film and photographic paper, and or digital sensors, usually with the assistance of camera and lens. In the applied arts, photographs are produced with the purpose of reproduction or publication in print or other mass media of accurate images of people and things. Examples would be your driver's license, passport photos, advertising, product and wedding photography. Remember, they have to fulfill these 5 characteristics to be the applied arts. Photography is different in the fine arts. All right. Number 9, film. Motion sound media. Images that usually incorporate motion and sound through the medium of either photographic film or electronic imaging. Images that are consumed by an audience for the purpose of entertainment or emotional stimulation. Think about when you go to the movies. Make me laugh, make me cry. You're sitting there in your chair, got your Coke or other product, you got your popcorn, and you just want to be entertained. All right, now remember, in the fine arts, images are consumed by an audience for the purpose of intellectual stimulation. And the applied arts, entertainment or emotional stimulation. Okay? Good. You've got to consider those distinctions when you're trying to figure out whether something is fine arts or applied arts. Number 10, architecture. This is the design of the structures where we live, work, play, and worship. Remember, innovation is not nearly as important in applied arts structures as it is in the fine arts. And this is a good opportunity to mention that, remember, the person who designs the building is the one who is creating the art. The contractors are craftspersons, not artists. My grandfather was a carpenter and brick mason. He would have been insulted had you called him an artist. He was a craftsman, and that's what he wanted to be. That's what he wanted to think of himself. He was proud of that fact. So remember that in the applied arts, usually the person who designs the applied arts does not usually create the finished image. Now, there are exceptions to every rule, just as in the fine arts, the artist is the one who usually creates the finished product. That's not always true. There are many exceptions to that as well. Okay? Interior architectural design. This is number 11. The arrangement of interior features, walls, doors, floors, lighting, ceiling, etc., of an architectural space, mainly but not exclusively in existing structures. Number 12, printmaking. The multiple production of print type and images for commercial purposes. Commercial prints are not prints in the fine art sense, where images are produced directly from the original plate. Commercial prints are reproductions. For example, a print of a painting is not a print in the fine art sense. It is a reproduction. The last one, number 13, the crafts, or the decorative arts. One of a kind, but sometimes produced in quantity, handmade objects created for the purpose of decoration. This would include many sofa-sized paintings, mass-produced for the so-called starving artist sale. These paintings are not fine arts. They're craft. Craft and decorative arts are very interesting. You will go to arts and crafts sales where they have mainly craft objects. I like to remember my mom, when I was a young man, she had different decorations set up for every holiday. There were Halloween decorations, there were Christmas decorations, and I remember this one year in particular, she had a nutcracker about this big, and it had a little handle in the back where you could supposedly take one of the walnuts or whatever and crack open the shell, and then you could pick out the nuts. I was about to do that one time. I picked up a walnut and I was going to put it in the mouth of the nutcracker. My mom almost had a heart attack. Greg, no, no! She panicked, and I said, "What? What's wrong? I'm just going to crack the nut in the nutcracker." She says, "It's not meant to be used. It's for decoration." Oh, okay. So I learned real quick that sometimes these decorations are just meant to be looked at. Okay. Respect the crafts.